Everybody's so creative. See how that looks like we probably wasn't supposed to do that?
Let's talk about it. So if you haven't watched my previous video, you need to go check it out so you can understand.
Disclaimer, I don't know what took this girl out. But for the sake of this video, let's just say it was voodoo. It's a closed practice for a reason. If you were not born or invited into voodoo, hoodoo, vodou, santeria, don't touch it. It's not witchcraft, nor is it pagan. The Loa are not gods. They're spirits who serve the one God. And they're not your friends either. I'm of West African descent. I have family in Virginia and in Louisiana. And yes, we're Creole. I was born into it. It's in my bloodline. I met this one white boy last year who told me he tried to summon Agwe, the Loa of the sea, with some fucking internet ritual. A ritual he said he was too lazy to finish. His family got hit with bad nightmares and the paranormal. And I asked him, why did he need such a powerful Loa? I don't remember, TBH. I was kinda just fucking around with something I shouldn't have played with like a toy. This is Papa Legba, the Loa of Crossroads. This is not Papa Legba, this is the Baron. He's basically our Grim Reaper. Appropriation can be fatal. Black culture.
Y'all, this is one of the cases that I just cannot get over. I've seen a lot of people talk about this. This happened around 2020, but this is just one of those stories that I feel like a lot of people need to listen to, because a lot of people get fascinated by these things and these people and get obsessed with this stuff and just go poking into stuff that they're not educated with or that is not meant for them. So if you are not familiar with this story, I'm about to let y'all know what happened. So this 19-year-old self-proclaimed Wiccan decided that she wanted to hex her black girlfriend. Yes, her black girlfriend. And to reach out to Papa Legba. If you're not familiar with Papa Legba, I've made a video about him a while ago. You can go check that out on my page, but I can make a new updated version. But Papa, he is the spirit to the crossroad. That is his job, to connect with the gateway to the spiritual world. So if you've reached out to this black spiritual deity to hex your black girlfriend. So first of all, many people that I guess like she knew a lot of different people that did voodoo and practitioners and stuff like that did voodoo. They warned her. They said, you're not educated on this. You're just somebody that's probably watched American Horror Story and seen where they portrayed Papa Legba and got a little obsession with it, but you don't know this magic and you're not black. This is a Haitian god. Like you this is not trying to sound like crazy, but this is not meant for you. And Abby, a few weeks later, mysteriously drowned in her bathtub. So some people that I guess some people that's into the voodoo and stuff like that, they've reached out to Papa and they said that he said it wasn't him, that they got him mistaken with another Iowa named Baron Samedi. Excuse me if I pronounced his name wrong, but I've noticed a lot of people get those two confused, Papa and him. Baron is he's another deity, but he is the leader of death, and people somehow believe that he is who she accidentally reached out to, or who came. I don't know if it was an accident or if that's who came instead, but y'all be careful. I get that this stuff is so fascinating and so interesting, and it's nothing wrong with wanting to learn something new and to learn a different culture and custom, but you have to be respectful and you got to realize that this stuff is serious. That's what happens when you go poking at stuff that you're not educated on. Stuff like this happens. Believe it or not. I am not messing with none of these gods. They're tricksters, and not all of them are evil. But you gotta think of it as like, because both of these gods, Papa and Baron, they're older, so that means they're our ancestors. They're wise. If you go asking for something from them, they're not just gonna give it to you. They're gonna make you work, not work for it, but they're not just gonna give it to you. They're gonna teach you a lesson. They're gonna give you a lesson. So don't go dabbling into things especially that you're not educated and that's not meant for you. But that I just really found this crazy, like this whole situation crazy. Like you thought that you were just going to put a hex on your black girlfriend and over a Haitian god, using a Haitian god to kill or whatever she wanted to do to her black girlfriend. But that was the outcome. That was the outcome. Not saying that she deserved it. I honestly feel like she watched American Horror Story, seen the episodes with Papa Legba on it, got fascinated with it, and she was already a self-proclaimed Wiccan. You're Wiccan. Like I said, there's so many different type of voodoo and magic and stuff like that, girl. You are not even in the right. You're not even in the right area. But y'all better be careful dealing with some of this stuff just because you're fascinated and look on the internet and find some type of little spell and ritual. No, this stuff is taught. You have to be born into this stuff, y'all. So y'all be careful when dealing with this stuff. Let's talk about it. So if you haven't watched my previous video, you need to go check it out so you can understand what I'm about to discuss. But with that being said, I'm just going to give y'all a little rundown. This unfortunate young lady tried to summon a very powerful voodoo deity to put a hex on her African-American girlfriend, and it backfired on her. Haven't seen it or heard about it or haven't been taught about it does not mean this stuff isn't real. And that's why I like to say, like, a lot of people get so obsessed with these things and attached to it, and I get it, it's interesting, but don't go dabbling in things that's not meant for you. Learn about your own history and learn about your own culture, because voodoo and hoodoo is Black culture. African, Haitian, like, that is what it's for. If you have any type of Black descent or bloodline, you are more than welcome to practice this or to study this or to know about this. This culture was meant for our slave ancestors and so on, so on. But with that being said, there's so many people out here trying to practice this and it's not for them. And then when these deities come knocking on your door, or you wondering why your life is going the way it's going, or mysterious creepy things is happening, is because you're dabbling in things that's not for you. So like I said, even me, I would not even be dabbling into these things that I don't, without the proper training or teaching from a teacher. And it's hard to find people that is willing to teach you these things nowadays. Like, it's deep, and it's deeper than the stuff that you see online. They have all these books and spells and stuff online. It is deeper than just a spell off Google. And I hate to say it, but with that being said, I hate this for her. And this is just for anybody that's trying to, dabble in this stuff, especially if you are not African American. Please don't. Please don't. Because this stuff is real. And I know some people, feel like there is no such thing as a closed religion or a closed practice. You can study or you can worship whatever you want. To each his own. But I'm just being the messenger. Don't go looking for stuff you don't want the answers to or that you don't know about. This is from our ancestors that was enslaved. This isn't meant for Caucasian or any other race. Like I said, you have to be invited, initiated in, or born into this, y'all. So be careful and let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Outside the building.
Let's talk about Barum Samdi. He is a Haitian voodoo deity, also known as the Lord of the Dead or the Lord of the Underworld, whatever you want to name it. You have to get through him to communicate or to get with the dead. So a lot of people get him and Papa Legba confused. Me personally, I don't understand why, because they're totally different. Papa is the guardian of the crossroads. So I guess in a way you have to kind of get through Papa to even get to communicate with him. But just know they're totally different people. And a lot of people were upset at how they portrayed Papa Legba on the show American Horror Story. If you haven't watched it, it's about time y'all watch it, because a lot of my content talks about a lot of stuff from American Horror Story. But the image that they portrayed to be Papa Legba on American Horror Story was really given more of Barum. The ghost face, the suit, the top hat, that is Barum. And another interesting fact, the shadow man on The Princess and Frog was indeed inspired by Barum Samdi. He is known wearing a top hat. He is known to have dark glasses on and one of the lenses are missing. Rumor has it he has it like that so he can have one eye looking at the dead and one eye on the living. He's usually wearing a nice suit, drinking him some rum, cigars. He loves to smoke. He loves to party. His name in French actually means Saturday. I mean, he loves to party. Hey, I mean, what other day you party than on a Saturday? But this will be an accurate picture of him. And like I said, I really do feel like they portrayed him more than Papa Legba on American Horror Story. This is the best picture that I could find would be a better example of Papa Legba. He's an older man. He's an old man, usually associated with his dogs. This is Papa. He sits at the crossroad. You have to get through him to get into the underworld. So this is Papa. Like I said, these are two different people. Well, deities, I'm sorry. But like I said on my previous video about the unfortunate girl that supposedly died from drowning in her bathtub after trying to summon Papa Legba, voodoo practitioners have also reached out to, to Papa, and he told them that that was not him, that was indeed Barun. You're messing with two different things, you're getting things confused, you're uneducated, and you need to realize that, like I said, these are totally different people or deities. And a lot of people wanted me to talk about if they're evil or not. That's not for me to say. I feel like everything has a cost. You go to these spirits that's in the underworld and you go looking for things and you go asking them for things, they'll give it to you. But it all has a cost. It's like talking to an elder. A lot of elders like to do riddles. They're not just gonna give it to you or tell you. They want you to find out on your own. It's like selling your soul in a way. You ask for this new body, you ask for this new Benz, you want this life, but it all has a cost in the end. So do not go summoning these spirits. Do not go looking for stuff that you don't want to find out the answer to. Just it's okay to be interested in this stuff. It's okay to be fascinated and do your research. That is completely okay. But be careful, be mindful, be respectful, because this stuff is very much real. And this is people's religion. This is stuff that people practice. So always be respectful. Let me know if y'all want me to talk about Papa in a different video.
So imagine trying to summon Papa Legba to basically hex your black girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and you are a white woman. That does not go together. First of all, that does not go together. As a white person, you could probably use them or work with them, but trust me, if you're trying to harm a black person, it's not going to work. It might work, but it's going to backfire on you. So anyways, I will try to describe to you Papa Legba, which is the one that they try to use on American Horror Story, but really the true origin is not really Papa Legba, it's Bawo Samedi. The one that they have American Horror Story Coven is the wrong one, because if you really truly know the laws, that's Bawo Samedi, it's not Papa Legba. But anyways, technically, he is a gatekeeper. He's the one that wears the top hat and he wears purple and black. Purple represents royalty and he holds the key to the gate. So basically, when you're about to pass, this is the person that you will see like the angel of death almost, basically. So the soul collector, the one that you see at the crossroad and all of that good stuff, right? Just like, was it Jimi Hendrix? I don't remember which one went to the crossroad and saw him, but it's heavy in the music industry. I'm actually going to make a video about all your favorite celebrities who basically practice spirituality, and you won't know this unless you are part of it or unless you know of it. So then you can point it out, and they even show it right in your face, because technically they have to show you what they're doing in order for it to be part of the law. Like the law is, they have to tell you or show you what they're doing. And if you have eyes, you will see. Like the third eye, you will see. Basically, like the Bible says, if you have eyes, you will see, But anyways, so this young lady, who is a white woman of white origin, basically was trying to summon Bawo Samedi. Now, I know about him because we're technically twins, I would say. We were born on the same day. His day is November 1st. And of course, it's my day. It's my birthday. I'm not going to tell you the year, but it's my birthday. But anyways, so yeah. So he is a very powerful Lua in the Haitian community, in the Haitian Pantheon. Pantheon is what they call it. And you basically cannot use their spirit, a Haitian spirit, trying to summon or trying to yeah, you cannot use their spirit to try to harm a black person, let alone a Haitian person. Now, I believe that young lady was not Haitian, but she was of African American descent, so she's still black, right? So, yeah. So apparently the white woman was taken out because when she was laying in the tub, first of all, while you're in the water and you try to summon, so she said that in the morning that she said she saw him, and then at nighttime she was found in the tub. Notice how a lot of them are always found in a tub of water, like Whitney Houston, her daughter, and all that, all those other people. There's a correlation to that. So yeah, guys, just try not to do that. And instead of trying to judge, try to actually learn, because then you never know. A lot of people out here in this world are actually doing spirit voodoo and all that work on different people, and you may not know because you are so afraid of it, so you never actually take the time to learn the symbols, the signs and symbols, so when you do see it, you can know exactly what it is. So that's like, for example, I know that a lot of Christians in the church use psalms, and a lot of time they will try to hex somebody with a psalm, just lighting up a candle and saying a psalm and all that. Just like in the Catholic Church, they go at the altar and they light up some candles, and then they pray to a saint or to God or to Mary. And that's basically calling upon, just like a spiritual person would do. It's the same exact thing, except you call it something different. So it's nothing different. It's just that you call it something else. So it is good to actually learn stuff, because you know how they say what you don't know don't hurt you. Well, it can actually does. What you don't know can actually hurt you, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And in her case, she did not know, and it hurt her. And I do send prayers to her family and her loved ones, because I cannot imagine losing a loved one, especially when it comes to stuff like that. And I don't want to say completely that is the reason why she passed, but I'm pretty sure it has a lot to do with it, because she was a young, healthy, vibrant girl who also had a child, and all of a sudden that happened. So I really do pray for her family for healing and all that. But honestly, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
They're like just waiting for the emergency.
How come no one ever talks about the creepy things that go on during set while filming these horror movies and horror shows? Let's talk about it. Now, a lot of my content is based on American Horror Story, but I just really had to talk about this because I have been talking about Papa Legba. And no, this is not what Papa Legba looks like, but this is how they portrayed him on the show. Now, Gabourey Sidibe, excuse me if I'm said her name wrong, but she was the Black Witch on American Horror Story. Her power was basically, she was a human voodoo doll. On one of the scenes, she was working at this fast food restaurant, and one of the customers made her mad, so she put her hands in frying grease, and the man's whole arm just burnt up, and her arm was perfectly fine. Now, on the show, a lot of things was going on during film, and she soon talked about how frightened she was while filming this show. She stated that one time her and her makeup artist was doing hair and makeup in their trailer, and it sounded like they just heard a bunch of like weird scratching noises, like somebody was trying to claw their way in to the trailer. Now, like, she was so scared that she even shouted like, pray, like you need to pray, like to her makeup artist. Like, what? Now, all of this paranormal stuff started happening to her right after she did the Latin chant to summon Papa Legba. And yes, they used a real live chant on the show. Like, I'm sure they do their research and they actually find this stuff out, because I mean, the show is based off real history. But all this crazy stuff started happening to her soon after she did the chant. She even mentioned how it was a light fixture that was like flickering, like it'll go on and off, and it was nobody doing it. Like, right after the scene where they did the chant, all this creepy stuff started happening. She even stated how whenever they was doing a chant after she was laying down, she could not get up, she could not move. Like, she was basically paralyzed, she could not move. And this was right after she did the chant. She even stated how she even felt like a finger was going on her chin, moving up to her lip, and it just felt like the hand was getting bigger and bigger. Now, this is nothing compared to what happened next. So Next day they're doing, you know, a different scene, and they had to do the Latin chant once again. Why does the same light fixture that's been flickering and shaking crash down to the ground, y'all? I'm talking about just exploded. So I guess that's when, you know, production's like, okay, this is a wrap, this is enough. You need to go home. We're going to send you to the hospital. So she refused to go to the hospital. She, you know, got somebody to go over to her house, and she got her friend to come over, and she told her friend to pray for her. So she did, and she said right after her friend did this Catholic prayer, all of the creepy stuff stopped. This is crazy, y'all. Like, nobody ever talks about it. And then again, on the movie The Poltergeist, I was reading up how basically everybody on the cast, 4 of them died. I'm not like of old age. They died like at young ages, right after like the show, back to back. And a lot of people says that they think that that movie is cursed because, like, what are the odds? But yeah, they don't talk about this creepy stuff that happened enough. But when I tell you, she was freaked out the whole show, and she was not having it.